Hey folks, I'm here today in Switzerland testing out the all-new 4th generation Bentley Continental GT. Now, it might not look incredibly different from the car it replaces. Sure, you'll notice the headlights and the taillights are a bit different, but the big change is under the hood. Gone is the W12 motor that powered the Speed for all these years. In its place, a 738 horsepower PHEV motor with over 1,000 newton meters of torque. I have no idea, it's something. It's a lot. That's enough to get this car from 0 to 60 in just 3.1 seconds, despite it weighing more than a moon, and it could go on to a top speed of 208 miles an hour. But that's enough of me talking. How about we get it out on the road? Okay, folks, like I said, brand new Continental GT. And if you can already tell, this GT Speed does not have the W12 motor that Bentley has been famous for almost 2 decades at this point. Nope, it sadly has been retired, which, you know, is a damn shame if you ask me, but we live in a changing world and things have to change, and that's why in its place is a 4-liter V8 with a electric motor attached to it. That motor makes 190-ish horsepower, and the V8 makes about 600 horsepower on its own, twin turbo V8. It's the same one you'll find in a lot of other Volkswagen Group products, but damn is it good. Altogether, the car makes 731 horsepower. That's so much power. That is so much power in a car that is for grandfathers. And it's gonna make you not really miss the W12. Sure, that motor had a lot of character, but so does this one. I mean, it is so efficient and good at just pulling you out of these corners and these switchbacks here in the Alps of Switzerland. And you can hear it. It sounds like, I don't really know how Bentley was able to make a V8 engine sound like a fighter plane from World War II. But damn if they weren't able to do it. It's really impressive. And it sounds just fabulous. Get on your side of the road, bro. Everything about this car is so fast. I mean, you just put your foot down. I'm doing 35 kph, second gear. Put your foot down. And there's 100 already. It's just mind-boggling. And you know what's crazy? What's really wild to me? The speed isn't even the most impressive part. No, the handling is. This car, same architecture as the Panamera, and it really feels like it. This car is very heavy. I'll put the exact weight in this general area. I don't want to get it wrong. But needless to say, it's she a big girl, you know? And it just dances around corners like few other cars do. And the carbon ceramic brakes haul you in like you're running into something. Oh God. Honestly, I know it's a gas motor with a PHEV element, but the closest thing this feels to me is like an electric car that just happens to have a really, really nice fake V8 noise. The 8-speed PDK works so flawlessly, you barely feel the shifts. It's also the only non-Porsche that gets a PDK, so that's kind of neat. But all of it works together to make such a nice package that is really, really lovely for, you know, going up switchbacks or going down Swiss mountain roads like this. The really wild part, though, because it's a PHEV, is that you can run it on full electric, which I am going to do right now. Switch over to Bentley mode, and now we are in EV drive, I think. Yep, we are in EV mode. So now you can drive through this little town on pure electric without disturbing the nice Switzerlandish Swiss people with your loud, raucous V8 motor. And it gets, you know, a ton of EV range. I'm gonna put that number here because I don't want to screw it up. It gets a lot of it though, more than you're ever gonna need, and I really do suggest that you plug it in because you get a lot of power. This thing does regen braking like few cars I've seen. Like, it just can really charge up the battery quick. And we've reached a tunnel, so we're going to switch it back into sport, which turns the motor on. Let's hear this thing. Oh my God. I don't know if you could really hear that because there's a lot of wind noise, but holy hell. That motor sounds like hellfire, and it moves like hellfire. You know, let's just talk interior real quick. It's typical Continental GT. Not too much has changed in here. Really nothing has changed in here. There are a few other trim options you can get, like a darker metal finish, which are kind of nice, you know. That's the sort of thing you're into. Not, you know, Bentley says something like 64% of the parts of the 4th generation Conti GT are different than the 3rd generation. But if you take away like the looks of like the headlights and the taillights, which honestly I don't think are as good looking. I was always partial to the, you know, the 4 circle headlights of the old Conti GTs rather than this like dual, you know, the 2 circles and the more oval taillights. I mean, it's all preference. If you like how it looks, then you like how it looks. It doesn't, by no means does it look bad. It looks really good still. It's just not quite as much my vibe. They say it's a new generation, but it feels a lot more like a heavy refresh. Obviously, you got the new motor, which is a big deal, but it's still really fabulous to drive in here. Everything feels really nice and well put together. This car has a crazy spec of blue, orange, and walnut. Not sure whose decision that was, but it's, you know, it's interesting, I guess. It's blue, orange, and walnut over. Thank you. Let's see how fast we can go. We're going too fast. Blue, orange, and walnut over green, which is preposterous. Not that I've, you know, I don't know who's gonna spec a car like this, but it's still kind of cool, I guess. You get the forbidden Toblerone center screen that I like so much. Costs like $6,500 or something like that, but damn if it isn't a nice little party trick. And we've reached a contraflow, so why don't we put it back into EV mode? Guys, I really like this car. You know, it's not cheap by any means. Exact price of this one, I don't have it yet. I will by the time this video comes out. So again, right there. And even without looking at that number, I can tell you it's a big one. I just drove a previous generation Continental GTC that was spec'd pretty high up, and that was about 370 grand. So I would not expect this to be any cheaper, let's just say that. And why should it be? This car's competition, you know, costs just as much, if not more. And really doesn't do what this Bentley does quite as well. I mean, there aren't many cars that are this comfortable to just eat hundreds, if not thousands of miles in. But also, you know, the flick of a switch from the Bentley mode to the sport mode, and it just really tightens up. The steering is just so wonderful. You know, it's vague for sure. You know, it's an electric steering box, but it, you know, it does the job. It's very direct, especially in a car this big and this heavy and this powerful. I really can't fault it. You know, you get what you pay for. And, you know, as Ferris Bueller said, if you have the means, I do highly suggest picking one up. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Bentley, thank you for flying me to Switzerland to check out this car. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you guys did too, and I will see you next time. Bye.